Have you ever had an estranged family member who returned after a long time? Anmei's mother abandoned her as an infant, but now Anmei is 9 years old and her mother comes back into her life when Popo is sick.
The conflict in our main character Anmei's life is with her grandmother and her mother. Amy Tan illustrates, "Ma, I had cried rushing off my chair, but my aunt slapped my face and pushed me back down. Now everybody was standing up and shouting, and I heard my mother's voice crying, 'Anmei, Anmei.' Above the noise, Popo's shrill voice spoke. 'Who is this ghost? Not an honored widow, just a number like you. No face, never able to lift up her head. Still, my mother shouted for me to come.' I remember her voice so clearly now. 'Anmei, Anmei.' I could see my mother's face across the table. Between us stood the soup pot on its heavy chimney pot stand, rocking slowly back and forth, and with one shout, the dark, boiling soup spilled forward and fell all over my neck. This evidence supports the conflict because it portrays Popo's hatred towards the mother. After all, she had married a man the family did not think was worthy. Anmei is rebellious towards her grandmother, Popo, because she had made her mother disappear. At first, Anmei was hesitant about her mother because it appears she barely knows her because of her grandmother, Popo. But towards the end of the chapter, Anmei shows affection towards her mother. Anmei wants to be with her mother, but her relatives won't let her because of her marital decision.
This chapter covers many topics including gender roles, symbols, and attention to beauty. It was mentioned in the chapter that women had to be loyal and listen to the family. And the mother cutting off her flesh to the grandmother was a symbol of how Chinese people had to sacrifice what they had to their parents, since they owe their parents everything. Lastly, we can see the attention to beauty when Anmei goes into great detail of the appearance of her mother, showing them the beauty standards of Chinese society.
During the 1920s, in China, the Chinese Revolution was occurring. This will led to the construction of the Republic of China that began in October of 1911. So when a group of revolutionaries in southern China led a successful revolt against the Qing dynasty, putting in place the Republic of China and ending the presence of the imperial system in China. The Qing dynasty lasted for 2,000 years, but was put out of place after a series of revolts sparked it. This is when China became communist and ended its long line of dynasties. Because of this political overturn in China, it was possible that Anmei's family would experience some internal conflict after the family had different political views, which would separate them further.
In Amy Tan's Joylet Club, Tan uses symbolism, imagery, and figurative language to show culture. For example, when she writes, "And then Popo said something that was worse than the burning on my neck." This is figurative language that she uses to describe how much she was hurt by Popo's words, so the reader could imagine what kind of state she was in. In context, she used this when Anmei was dying, and she had her dying clothes ready for her, which shows culture, because that is not something that is used in the West. Also, symbolism is used when she talks about the burning on her neck as a symbol for how she is feeling.